title. My parents demanded I give half of my $620,000 lottery win to my golden sister, so I walked out. But what happened next shook the whole family. Start. The night they told me to hand over half, I didn't say a word, not a single word. My father's voice had that tone he used when he wanted obedience dressed as family unity. My mother sat beside him, hands folded, expression carved from disappointment. And across the table, glowing like she always did under their spotlight, sat Lily, my golden sister. She didn't speak either. She didn't have to. Her smile said it all. She already believed the money was half hers. I'd won the lottery 3 days before. $620,000 after taxes. Enough to change my life, finally. I didn't tell anyone at first. I wanted to breathe in the victory privately, without their noise, without the guilt I knew they'd feed me. But my mother saw the deposit alert on her shared family tablet, an old oversight of mine. Within hours, my phone blew up. Dinner tonight, family only, big news. I should have known. When I walked into the house that night, they had champagne waiting. Lily was in her usual seat, hair perfect, eyes innocent. She'd always been the favorite, the one they protected, praised, forgave. I was the steady one, the invisible one, the one who paid bills quietly while she found herself. And now they wanted me to fund her next rebirth. "I'm not giving her half," I said finally, when the silence became unbearable. My mother's lips pressed tight. "You're being selfish." My father leaned forward. "We raised you to share. Lily's had a hard year. You can't let money ruin this family." Lily tilted her head. "It's not about money. It's about love." Love. That word tasted like rust in my mouth. I walked out that night, calm, controlled. I left the champagne unopened on the table and their voices echoing behind me. They thought I'd cool off, that I'd come crawling back like always. They didn't realize that walking out wasn't the end. It was the start of something I'd been planning for years without knowing it. See, this wasn't the first betrayal, just the loudest. When I was 16, my college savings mysteriously vanished. I found out years later that my parents used it to bail Lily out of debt. Credit cards, rent, a failed boutique. When I was 22, my car broke down, and my father told me he couldn't help, said I should learn responsibility. A week later, he co-signed Lily's brand new SUV. And when my grandmother died, the heirloom ring, the one she promised me, somehow ended up on Lily's finger. Each time, I swallowed it. Told myself they loved us both. Told myself being quiet was the same as being strong. But silence is not strength. It's storage. And that night, every stored betrayal finally reached capacity. I spent the next 6 months in quiet motion. I hired a financial advisor, one Lily's influencer friends would never think to check. I moved my money, diversified it, created a trust under an LLC. I changed my phone number, my address, everything. Then I started gathering. Not money, information. Lily had always been careless, with her finances, her stories, her men. I knew her passwords. I'd helped her reset them countless times. I found unpaid loans, secret accounts, a fake GoFundMe she'd created for medical expenses. I took screenshots, gathered receipts, printed statements. Piece by piece, I built a portrait of her. Not the golden girl they saw, but the parasite she truly was. The opportunity came wrapped in irony. She was planning a lavish engagement party. Her fiancé, a wealthy real estate broker, believed every lie she told. My parents were footing part of the bill, proud to show off their perfect daughter. I sent the evidence anonymously to him 2 days before the event. Everything. The scams, the debts, the men. I wasn't cruel enough to leave him blindsided in public. I was cruel enough to let him confront her in front of them. The party was held in a rented hall. Gold drapes, champagne towers, a string quartet pretending to care. I stood at the back, unnoticed, watching. When he walked in, I knew immediately. His calm was surgical. He didn't smile, didn't greet. He just waited for her to reach for him, then stepped back. The silence that followed was perfect. "I think everyone should see what kind of person they're celebrating," he said, voice cutting through the room. He laid the papers on the table, my papers. The screenshots, the fake charity, the unpaid debts, the messages she'd sent to men while engaged. The color drained from her face. My mother gasped. My father stammered. Cameras flashed. Guests whispered. I turned away before it was over. I didn't need to see her crumble. I'd already seen that image 1,000 times in my mind. They tried calling me that night, then the next day, then not at all. When they finally did reach me weeks later, it wasn't to apologize, it was to beg. Lily was spiraling, they said. She needed help. Could I lend her something just to get back on her feet? I laughed, out loud for the first time in years. "No," I said. I already gave her what she earned. Months passed. I heard she moved back home. The house that once felt like a throne for her now felt like a cell. My parents stopped posting pictures. Their friends stopped visiting. The perfect family image cracked, and the reflection underneath wasn't beautiful anymore. I live by the coast now. Small apartment, quiet neighbors. No one here knows my last name. I walk every morning before sunrise, the air cold enough to sting. Sometimes I think about them, about how easy it was for them to choose her over me, every single time. And how, in the end, I didn't need to raise my voice, or break anything, or beg for justice. I just handed them a mirror, and they destroyed themselves trying not to look. They wanted half of my winnings. I gave them something better, half the truth, and that was enough to bankrupt them completely.